Doesn't matter how many job applications you've sent right now, how many times you've reached out to the recruiters, your lack of LinkedIn is raising red flags on their end and they're not giving you a chance. Job hunting has become a chore, has become incredibly annoying, obnoxious. I made it. Everybody immediately when the AI stuff came up and everybody was having their own AI SaaS, thought the job hunting process was about volume. Like everybody just thought like, oh, if you could send a bajillion applications per day, then you will get 1,000,000 jobs. And that's just not how it works, because there's a filtering process. There's an inherent inefficiency in the job market where employers are buyers. So employers literally buy people. They pay you, right, to work for them. I saw the AI thought volume is not the answer and volume is going to destroy the job market. And that's what's happening. So everybody that just thinks like, I sent a bajillion applications, you're not doing it right, because what matters now is setting yourself to the hiring team as authentic human. So just doing volume does not work. Like it's not like selling a product. It's not like selling a toothbrush where the more people see it, the more people will buy it. You're selling a very specific niche product, which is yourself. But the lack of LinkedIn is what's hurting you, because they want to make sure that you are a visible individual. You have a work history, that you have an appropriate, optimized, and aged LinkedIn profile. The proof that you can do the job is the fact that you've been employed already. So the fact that they can't verify your employment right out of the gate is what's costing you those opportunities. Having your LinkedIn deactivated is safer, but it is screwing you over in the job search process. You're gonna have to make a decision. Like, I do think that it's worth it. You indeed can have two profiles, but it's actually safer to have one and just have one of the jobs in there. And then the other job complains, you just tell them, I'm not in LinkedIn that often. Like, I'm just not, I don't pay attention to it. I haven't updated it. Because not having an updated LinkedIn is not a crime. It's not like you're legally bound to have it. And so like, if they see that information, they already know something's up, like something's weird. You can leave it in hibernation, but it's just gonna make it 10 times more difficult. What if your boss comes and says, why do you have me blocked on LinkedIn? Like, say the company owner is doing a vanity perusal of LinkedIn to see who works for him, and he sees you, he's gonna be blocked. And he's gonna ask, why do you have me blocked on LinkedIn? There are some risks involved if they realize that they're blocked. If they don't realize they're blocked, then yeah, nothing happens, right? So the only problem is what happens if they realize they're blocked and they ask you about it. I guess you could say, oh, I didn't realize that you were blocked. Let me unblock you.
Hey, Rolf here. If you found the content of this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow and get the word out to more people about job stacking. Thanks.
Right now, the hottest field for job stacking that is not meaty heavy, I would say, is data engineer, data analyst. I'm actually working on a product right now, on a course that's specific for data engineer, like staff 3 data engineer roles for people that want to break into data engineering and also are going to be able to stack 3 jobs. In the program, by percentage, the ones with the most amount of jobs are data engineers as well. They have like 2 or 3 jobs. The problem is that non-meaty heavy jobs are technical jobs. So like coding, QA, data engineer, that sort of thing. You know what you can do though? You can literally Google data engineer interview questions, start reading them, right? And if it's like all Greek to you, maybe it's not such a good idea. But if you kind of like can understand the question and see the answer, right? Like it's not so crazy. Practice job interviews, like the questions. You embellish your resume to make it seem as if you have at least 4 years of experience. And then you start interviewing. And what's going to happen, obviously, you're going to flunk the first interview. You're going to do bad. But you take note of the questions that you couldn't answer, and then you just research the answer, and then you're gonna keep adding stuff to your repertoire to the point where by the 3rd interview, you're gonna know how to answer like 99% of the questions that they ask you. And then you're gonna get the job, and then you're gonna learn how to do the job on the job. So sometimes what you gotta have is the mentality that no individual job matters. You're just testing them out. You're just trying them out. So you get a new job, you try them out, they're meaty heavy, get out. Like, I always got something going on. I got a replacement in the back. Job that doesn't fit my criteria, I get rid of. I don't try to make it work. People always think that they have to make their job work because that's one job mentality. Because it's like, oh, my one source of income. I gotta protect my one source of income. And so that's the other thing that you could do. You could try the churn and burn strategy until you land that coveted, just leave you alone, get off my back kind of job. They exist out there.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.